What's up, everybody? This is your boy Jonathan. If you've been following these videos, the last video we were talking about was about appropriate behavior or whatever, you know, and how you should understand consequences and just not run into places just for the girls, because that's rude. And so I want to go a little deeper into appropriate you know, actions and behaviors. So let's get into it. So the first thing I wanted to tell you guys was when you are learning how to act appropriate around women, the first thing you have to do is really judge the situation. And in a lot of situations, there's going to be a lot of small things that you're not going to get, and they're going to fly over your head. And then you're going to be like, oh, okay, it's time to talk to women. No, it's not, you know? And that's a big thing, like, and I'll get you a personal example. This is a perfect example. Back in the day, I used to be a part of, I used to go to like different Bible studies in different churches. And I've seen this happen over and over and over until I finally understood like the appropriate behavior. So at a lot of the churches I used to go to, it'd be like this time when they'd say, get up and meet your neighbor. And a lot of churches are nothing but women. And a lot of churches have nothing but young college women. That's why I used to go. No, but for real. Yeah, that was the reason why I used to go, and I never really believed. But the point is, right? So, you know, they would say it's time to get up and meet your neighbor and shake people's hands and get to know them and hug them or whatever. And I would look around, and all these college girls would be hugging and shaking people's hands. So I was like, hey, you know, party on, you know. I'll shake a hand, I'll hug a, you know, cute college girl, whatever. So I did that, and then the next time the Bible study happened, or the next time the, you know, church happened and I went there, people would have these nasty looks on their face. Some of the girls would look at me disgusted and like run. I've had people walk up to me and hover over me the whole time I was at the activity, the church or the Bible study, making sure like I was like staying in my seat, not talking to nobody, not moving. And I was like, what the going on, you know? Yesterday, all these people were so happy to meet me. And then today, you know, they're all like treating me like crap. What's going on, right? So that's one of the nuances, right? Like, one, I was in a lot of, you know, racist churches, okay, and racist Bible studies back in the day. And I didn't realize that, but, you know, once you hug somebody, and because of the fact that, you know, I'm African American, and a lot of, you know, brown men get this stigma that we're all sexually aggressive, you know, they're automatically going to assume that. So, and I should have like taken my time and not been so quick to jump up and try to hug people. And so that's a big thing. And another thing is like just focusing on, you know, who the girls were hugging, you know what I'm saying? Some of them may have been hugging family members, and some of them may have been hugging people that they've known for a long time. And you know what I'm saying? And those people have those relationships built up, and they just meet me. I just see all these people hugging. I don't even know what's going on. So that's the first thing. When you go into situations, you want to look around and observe and make sure that's going on. And I have another example for you that happened yesterday, right? I work at the school district, and a lot of, you know, there's teachers who have said I was cute or whatever, but generally they don't really talk to me and go out in their way to meet me because they're working and they got things they got to do. And I don't go out of my way to meet those teachers or whatever because I got things I got to do. It's extremely inappropriate situation. So, you know, one day I was coming into the kitchen and there were some like young teenage girls dancing there in front of the door, and I passed by them and they danced up on me really close, and I passed into the kitchen, and I told my cook, I'm like, look, I don't feel like leaving the kitchen because, you know, these girls are out here dancing inappropriately, and I don't want to get in trouble for, you know, I don't really know these teachers. I don't hang out with these teachers. They don't know me. I don't want to go back out there and somebody say, oh, he's out here trying to look at the girls dancing. And, because I'm like 34, I'm not sitting on Rikers Island for something stupid like that. Because I went out and wanted to see some teenagers twerking. Like, no, I'm not doing all that. So, but that's one other thing. Like, there was another employee in there who told me, oh, well, you should have just let it go and passed by and kept going in and out to do your job. And if you look at it, he's been at that school for like 20 years. Everybody knows him, okay? So he can get away with that, right? I'm the new guy. I've been there barely a year, don't know everybody, so I have to be careful with stuff like that. And so that's the thing about appropriate behavior. You just have to look around. Act like you're in prison when you go to places. Just look around. Like, when I used to work in rehab, these guys would tell me the prison stories and, how you have to act in prison. Like, you do not sit at any table in the lunchroom because you may be sitting in gang territory and you will get stabbed over that. You be careful which shower stall you use, or, because people might, stab you over using that gang's shower head, You make sure you know who exactly to talk to, because somebody may find you're talking to the wrong person that they don't like, think you're associated with that gang, and get you over that. So when you go to prison, you got to be very careful. So when you go to be social and you're trying to meet a woman and you enter into social groups, just act like it's your first day in jail. Just be very careful and just peep around, kind of take in things, kind of see what's going on, and that's how you'll learn appropriate behavior. Okay, that's how you'll learn appropriate behavior. The second thing is that I told you guys in the last video is you kind of just have to dress neat and clean and put together and just kind of wait it out. And I know it's hard for people, but if you go to a social group on a regular basis and people see you enough, people are going to start talking to you. Eventually, girls are going to come around, and some of them are going to talk to you, some of them won't. And if you're around that long and you're just neat and clean and you're a nice guy and you're just polite with everybody and no girls talk to you, well then, maybe you're not in the right place, or maybe you're not in the right situation, or maybe the girls are too young for you. But, you don't push it. You just, kind of wait it out and see what's going on. And if you have no luck, then you move on. And that's appropriate, mature behavior. You're not running there and just, oh my God, it's all about the girls, let me talk to all the girls. Like, you don't do that. You just kind of wait it out. And the third thing that I've always done is just basically you go and you, if you're at a place where it's appropriate to talk to girls out in the open and just be social, you should just ask them an innocent question like, do you know about this? Do you know about that? Can you tell me more about this activity? Whatever. Ask an innocent question, wait for them to respond, and then depending on their response will show you whether or not they want to talk to you. And that's it. You just wait for their response, and you can tell by the way, and most people, mature people, can tell whether or not somebody wants them to keep talking to them or they want them to leave. And that's it. So those are the 3 rules how to be appropriate around girls, right? Those are 3 of the major rules. The first thing is, when you go into a social situation, just act like it's a prison. Just be kind of paranoid and just look around and see what's going on and wait it out. And so you can understand the vibe, who the people are, what they're about. The second thing is just after that, kind of just wait it out. Sometimes you just have no choice. You just have to wait it out, and either something happens or it don't. And the third thing is, if you are in a situation where you can talk to people, then you have to kind of do it like innocently or indirectly and just ask them questions that have nothing to do with hitting on anybody. And then depending on their response to those questions, you'll tell if they like you, and then you can move forward or not. So that's my advice. I'm Jonathan. I'm out, y'all. Peace.